there are probably words addressed to our condition exactly, which, if we could really hear and understand, would be more salutary than the morning or the spring to our lives, and possibly put a new aspect on the face of things for us. These same questions that disturb and puzzle and confound us have in their turn occurred to all the wise men. Not one has been omitted, and each has answered them according to his ability, by his words and his life. Henry David Thoreau, Walden. Even though I now live in the Pacific Northwest, I still try to visit Walden Pond at least once a year. And when I do, I make a point of hiking to the site of Henry David Thoreau's cabin there. On one occasion, a few years ago, I saw a middle-aged man sitting quietly on the cairn, a pile of stones near where the cabin once stood. I asked him what brought him to this spot. He said Walden changed his life. He had spent over 20 years in prison for various offenses, he told me, including theft and drug possession. One of his teachers in prison taught a class on literature, including Thoreau's Walden. The teacher brought the class on an outing to visit Walden Pond. The book and that visit changed his life. Believing, as Thoreau wrote, there is more day to dawn, he straightened out his life. Now he was clean, he was married, and he had a good job. He had come back to the pond to reflect on his life and the new course it had taken. I have been reading, reflecting on, speaking, and writing about the Transcendentalists for most of my career as a minister. I'm often asked what fires my passion, and the words from the epigraph from earlier come most readily to mind. What Thoreau is saying in his 19th-century way is that humans have always struggled with life's fundamental questions. Why do we live and die? What are we here for? How should we live? If we seek out the wise thinkers of the past, we are sure to find answers that will inspire us to live more healthfully and joyfully today. That is how I have experienced the words and lives of the Transcendentalists. Transcendentalism is often viewed as a literary movement that flourished in the early 19th century, ending in the 1850s or so. The major figures of the movement, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, and Margaret Fuller, have been well examined in biographies, histories, and literary criticism, and their works are often assigned reading in high schools and colleges. They are usually grouped with other 19th-century authors such as Nathaniel Hawthorne, Herman Melville, and Edgar Allan Poe, though they wrote few works of fiction. Most of their writings were originally lectures or sermons addressing spiritual topics and issues of the day. Their words were meant to enlighten broad and diverse audiences, to help people achieve what they called self-culture or the cultivation of the soul.